Claudia, thank you for joining me on Considered Conference Calling System. I want to tell you about some of the things that it does, and maybe you can help me too. Do you notice that between us, there's a bar? And on this bar, it shows that I've been speaking for the last 30 seconds. And it shows when the meeting started, and it gives us a default of 15 minutes for it to end at 8:53. Why don't you try inviting me on an Android, and we'll see what another person joining this is like.
Perfect. So I can use this icon, the top left here, to send an invitation to Ted's Android.
And there I'm getting a message from you, and I'm going to just click on it.
Ted.
System on here. There it is, showing it. And I'll show you out the window. It's kind of a nice day. And so that puts another screen up for the other person. I'll get rid of Ted on this other message thing now.
Ted.
Okay, so that's one way of using it. By the way, this thing runs on a browser. You just open up the browser, a Chrome browser on an Android or any PC to use this without any download. Now, the time that you need a download is if you decide to screen share. So I've got a comparison of all of the different kinds of conference calling systems that we compete with, maybe, that I put up. You might want to open that for just a moment, and you can see that there's some comparisons going on. But I'm going to stop sharing. That was just one way of sharing. The other way of sharing is if I want to, I can open up a browser, and that will look like another person. That was my first idea, so I'll put ted.selker.com, and you see that there's another browser up there with my website on it. Okay. So maybe at this point you want to show us under the hood there.
So if we go under the hood on our dashboard again, after we took a look at this browser, we can see that this shows the noise level. And if the noise is too much, the agent will notify us to get rid of the noise in the background. And then if we look at the dominance percentages, we can tell that the dominance is on Ted's side.
Turn taking, turn taking.
So it's saying you maybe should take a turn.
So, and then if we wanted to turn off the agent comments, if we wanted to go into presentation mode, all we would have to do is flip over to the presentation. So there's those. And then we have the CCCS papers that we can show the impressive literature background that, that inspired Ted to develop the CCCS system.
Well, thank you for showing us the dashboard there, Claudia. It's been a good meeting, and we could send a graph to ourselves by clicking on this graph thing. And I'm going to type in my email, and it's going to give me all of the comments that have been made in this meeting and send them to me through email. One of the things it could send us would be even that whenever I'm having an idea, like sending you comments, I could push the record button, and it would put on the bar a recording of the words that I just said that were so important. And I also could type a message, and you'll see that show up on the bar too as a little bubble. And if you mouse over it, I don't know if you're trying that, it'll say, hey Claudia. Finally, if we really wanted to have a serious chat, we could open up the chat box over on the right-hand side, and I could say, life is good. And I think with life being good, we should go back to our lives, everybody, and I really hope you try to use this no-download considered conference calling system, and thank you for watching the video.